Yo, what's going on, man?
Not a whole hell of a lot. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's just you and me on this one. Maybe Rich will join us, but we're going to do a regular kind of rundown here with something that we've done many times over as Nintendo Direct, and just kind of go from there.
Sounds like a plan. And then I want to discuss some accessory news that came out and kind of pick your brain on what you think about this.
Yeah, definitely. But big news: we had a Nintendo Direct this week uh, for September. And pretty cool. Have some remakes. Obviously, that seems to be a theme anymore with video games. It's hard to get fresh, brand new content, especially with Nintendo. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
let's not get ourselves here.
Well, what we've got is so Nintendo put out some systems that maybe not everyone had access to. The Wii U, some older games have that they can redo now more closer to the actual vision of the game, and stuff that was kind of rare. It came out towards the end of systems life cycles. In the case of Super Mario RPG, didn't come out in Europe at all until the SNES Classic was released. They could play it through emulation or through I'm sure it was on like virtual console and stuff. But there's a lot of good stuff that they have that's locked away on other systems, and this is a good way to bring it forward into the new, well, almost last gen system now, if the rumors are to be believed. But let's run down the list and we'll go from there. And
Yeah. So let's see. I don't know, like what would be considered, top news. I guess this kind of goes with whatever your preference or flavor is for, gaming, I guess. But you had a new Paper Mario announced, right? The Thousand Year Door,
yes,
which is it's a game that is, I believe, getting a remaster. Is it not?
yes, came out on the GameCube originally, and it's
Yeah.
a sequel to Paper Mario for the N64.
Yeah. I've never played this one. Have you played that one?
No, it was not one that I was ever really able to get my hands on. It's one of those weird ones where it came out kind of at a time when I wasn't really doing much with the GameCube, and so I never really picked it up. But it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to checking out. It's got an interesting story. It's much better than Paper Mario Sticker Star for the 3DS. So you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I just this isn't one that's really been on my radar, so it was kind of cool to see this because it's definitely something I think I'll dig into. So that was nice to see. Again, like you just said, it's kind of also to add to what you said about maybe a game that was toward the end of its life on a console or didn't get released in a certain part of the world or whatever. I think maybe at times, like you just said, hey, this isn't something that was, that you were looking at with your current time when you had the GameCube. And likewise for me, like this isn't something that was ever on my radar, just for the sheer fact of these weren't really my kind of games at that time.
Right.
Like would have never have even entertained it.
Right.
So fast forward 20 years, or wherever now. It's certainly something I'll be thinking about. So, all right. Do you want to go next here on whatever else here was announced at Direct?
Yeah. So let's take a look at the list. And I think we're looking at different lists. But I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
well,
one that really kind of piqued my interest, and it's kind of a weird one, and it's already out now. Trombone Champ.
I saw that. What the
Easy for me
heck?
to say.
Yeah.
So Trombone Champ looks cool. It's kind of like Guitar Hero, but there's you don't have to buy any little plastic trombones to play it. You actually just use your Joy Cons, and you can either use the gyroscope function or you can use the IR function and kind of like the slide for the trombone. And one of the most amusing things that I found out about it was apparently the things you win for completing the songs correctly are called tromboners.
Of course it
So,
is.
you know, they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
that actually launched the same day as the Nintendo Direct. I want to say it's like $15 or something like that, and it's up to 4 players, which sounds like a perfect party game to me.
Yeah, no, that's cool that, and you do get these with direct at times where you have, hey, we're releasing this game, and whether it's a new game, remaster, remake, whatever, it'll be first quarter of 2024 or whatever. And
Right.
you also get these things where it's like, oh, that's the same day, and that happened with another one, F-Zero 99, which was a Switch online exclusive. So if you subscribe to their service, that game came with it. I just have to download it from the store. I did get to play that a bit because I love those battle royale games. This is in the same breath as Tetris 99, Super Mario 35, and then ones that even weren't theirs, like Pac-Man 99. But it's in that same vein. It's fun if you liked F-Zero. It's certainly worth checking out. It is a bit chaotic once you get past the tutorials and learning it, because you have to go through several races first where you're actually not competing against anybody. So that's just kind of, I guess, to like learn or relearn what's going on. And there are some new features too, because you're adding all these other racers. So like I said, it is a bit chaotic because you are racing against 98 other people. But they do a good job about breaking it up and kind of, it's kind of easy to die. So once your vehicle blows up, you're done. And the cool thing is, just like Tetris and the other ones that they've had, you can unlock badges and customize this and customize that. It's no different than playing Fall Guys type thing where you can customize everything. It's cool. I don't know how, were you much into F-Zero back in the day?
No, so here's the thing with F-Zero. I thought it was really cool. I remember when I got Nintendo Power and they launched the first group of SNES games, and that was one that I saw and there. I was like, oh my god, this looks so awesome. And I remember really wanting to play it, and then I just never got a chance to play it. And then somehow in like 2003 maybe, I stumbled across a brand new inbox copy of F-Zero for the
Wow.
SNES.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I wanted to play it, so I popped it open and played it, and I was so disappointed because I sucked so bad at it. It's not because it's a bad game; it's just because I'm just hot garbage when it comes to that game. And so I ended up playing it, and I'm like, man, I waited all these years just to be awful at this game. And so, so my F-Zero experience was not exactly great. Your mileage may vary. I'm definitely going to try this out because I figure at least I'll have an excuse to suck because there's 98 other cars on the track or machines, whatever you want to call them. So I'll at least have an excuse to suck this time.
Yeah, no, I tell you, it's funny. The one thing I do like, the way they break it down, so you can recharge in like the pit area. So your vehicle basically sits on a charge, and so if you hit a wall, I mean, your charge goes down. So it's like your shield basically. But if you go through the pit area, it raises it back up. However, the thing I do like about the way they've done it, and this is just an F-Zero fashion, is that in playing Mario Kart, you have mushrooms for boosting your speed, and you have like the little things that you hit, like little zippers, and you can go a little faster for a second or so. And they have that in F-Zero as well. But you also have basically this bar of energy is akin to having nitrous, so you can go really fast for a short amount of time, but you're also burning your bar down, which means you can hit less walls or other vehicles.
Oh,
So you got to be really mindful about what you're doing on when to use that, because yeah, and the one cool thing is they have these like other golden like ships or whatever that fly around, and other things that happen where they drop these like little boost like lightning bolts, and if you collect enough of them, you get to shoot up like, and it creates like a track above the track, so you're racing above everyone else.
nice.
So you can kind of break through, and if you time that right, you can cut out some of the crap, like cornering and stuff, because it's almost like it's guided, so you don't really, I haven't figured out a way to like fall off of it basically.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's what I was
So
worried about because I saw that in the trailer for it, And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall off of that fucking thing.
Yeah, no, it's guided. So, but it's again, it's a timing thing because I think it's meant to kind of avoid like the crazier corners and or a big pocket of other ships or whatever. So, but no, it's cool. Definitely worth checking out. So, so what anything else? What's next that piqued your interest?
So there's a game. I forget what it debuted on. I want to say it was on Game Boy Advance called Mario vs. Donkey Kong. And so you're playing, and the whole deal is Mario's making these little toys, these little toy Mario's that walk around. They're little wind up toys, and Donkey Kong's pissed off and wants them. So Donkey Kong goes and steals them all, and you have to, as Mario, go through the level and try to. It's like a puzzle game, and you have to like go through and like hit certain buttons at certain times. You got to figure out ways around um, different obstacles and stuff, and then you can collect all the little mini Mario's, and then you go and fight Donkey Kong, and it's cool. It's a little bit of a twist on the old Donkey Kong games. Makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more interactive than just jumping over barrels and shit. But it was definitely fun, and they're remaking it. So, and I don't know if it's going to be a one for one remaster, if it's going to be like a new game in the series. I don't, because there's been a bunch of them that have come out, even some on the 3DS and stuff, but they were like the DSiWare and the like downloadable games and stuff. This
Right.
is one of the first, I think, since the first one. This might be the first physical version of it. So I'm looking forward to that. It looks like it's going to be fun. Hopefully it doesn't lose any of the charm in the translation. It doesn't look like it has. I'm looking forward to it. So
Yeah, no, I watched actually watched the video on this one, little announcement trailer, and my first inclination was, like you just said, it was kind of like a throwback to the old Donkey Kong games, but more to it, as far as in a puzzle nature. And I thought, in a way, kind of like Captain Toad,
yeah,
that sort of game. So no, this definitely was interesting to me. I'd never played really or ever heard of the one that came out 20 years ago. So this was kind of cool. This is I don't know. This one almost interested me more than the Paper Mario announcement. So just because
yeah.
of I like the style of game. So
Well, it's also very much a pick up and play and put down. It's easy to pick it up, play a level or two, save it, and then walk away from it. And that whereas Paper Mario stuff like that, you got to have it's a time sink. This game you can pick it up, play a couple levels, and then put it, like I said, put it down and walk away for a week, walk away for a month, come back, and you don't have to remember where you were in the story. You don't have to remember, oh, it's got complicated controls. Like I've got to time this just right. It's fairly simple. So it's a good game in that regard. And then just the game itself is good. So
yeah, no, I did watch that. It was pretty cool. So um, let's um, another we'll just kind of stick with the remaster theme here, the remake theme, whatever you want to call it. We do have Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remasters announced. They're kind of getting that treatment for the Switch. These supposedly will come out Valentine's Day of 2024. Um,
so Rich will have a date.
in a maybe less pixelated Lara Croft. I don't know.
I'm such a dick. I'm not gonna have a date either. Who the fuck am I trying to kid?
Well, there are. I don't know. Look, I remember playing the originals of these games, man. And they were a lot of fun back then. Now, here's the thing. It's cool that they're remaking them, remastering, whatever you're going to call it, and porting them over to the Switch. Do they hold up though? I don't know. I mean, it's been a
That's
long time.
that's a series I just never really had any kind of interest in playing.
Yeah, I remember playing all these games, and I think they were fun for the time. But to me, this is a kind of game that, like, maybe if they were announcing like a brand new one for the PS5 or whatever with these updated, gizmos and graphics and whatever, and it looks hyper realistic, I might give it a thought. But now we're talking about these games that are going to pretty much look no different than they originally did, coming out 25 years later for the Switch. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go with my next one. We're gonna stay in that same vein, and it's going to be Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon HD or Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I remember playing this game. This one actually came out on a 3DS. I got, I don't remember if I got this game to get Fire Emblem Awakenings or if it was vice versa. But at the time, Nintendo was doing a deal where they were trying these two games that, and I think there was like one or two other games that were in this group. But if you bought one of them, you would get the other one for free. Or if you bought two games in the list, you would get the third one free. I don't remember exactly how it went, but somehow this game I always tied to Fire Emblem Awakenings because I got them together at the same time with this deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Fire Emblem Awakenings, as I've said multiple times, is one of my favorite games of all time. But Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Luigi's Mansion 2, awesome game, originally for 3DS. It's if you've played Luigi's Mansion or Luigi's Mansion 3 for, Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch, you know kind of what you're going to get. You don't have Gooigi, which is something that they introduced in 3, but they are making it I don't know if they're going to do split screen co-op in this game or not because they don't have Gooigi, or I mean if they're going to do co-op at all in this one on the same console, they are going to have 4-player multiplayer or up to 4-player multiplayer online.
Mm-hmm.
But game itself was really fun. It's not a one giant mansion like it was on the Switch in 3. It's different locales that you go to, different houses or mansions or whatever you want to call them. And it's cool, man. If you've played Luigi's Mansion, you know what you're getting into. You know it's a fun game, and I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
Yeah, this will be one I end up getting. This is a title. Actually, Danielle and Katie played it the 3 anyway for the Switch quite extensively, more than I did. We had a copy of this for the 3DS, the original, not obviously the remaster's not out yet.
Right.
So kind of curious to see how that ports over. But no, that's slated for next summer, so we don't have a date on that necessarily, but so definitely got some time to wait on that one.
Let me ask you this. Why don't they put it out in October?
Dude, because they don't have any idea. It's a Halloween game, I know.
Like it's set up perfectly. If you're gonna do summer, why not just give it another month or two and just let it be October?
I don't know. I have no answer for that. I really don't. Um, I'm just kind of combing through the list at this point. I don't know that I have necessarily will say something about everything because I see some funny things. I was curious to see on this one because I've never heard of this one. Is Dave the Diver?
Yeah, I got no idea, man. I actually skipped by this. Like, if I didn't know it or it didn't seem interesting to me, I just kind of skipped it. Looks like Dave explores the deep sea by day and runs a sushi bar by night. And
So
it's
he's
it's
fishing.
apparently come out on other systems, or it's coming out on other systems. I don't know. It seems like it's something that
Yeah,
people are excited about, but I've just never.
yeah. It said it was exclusively a PC title prior, so I guess it's finally getting launched, like you said elsewhere. I don't know. I just thought that the name was kind of funny, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, so it looks. I'm looking. Oh, okay, so you swim around and you shoot nets at fish. So you're underwater the whole time, and then your whole deal is just that you're shooting a gun that like puts out a net. oh look, and now you're chased by a gigantic shark. You fight a gigantic mantis shrimp. There's a merman, and then you have to make sushi out of all these fish at night and serve them to people in the bar. So, oh, he's getting chased by a narwhal. It's gonna stick its. Oh, it almost stuck its horn up his butt.
You
Oh,
know, as crazy as this name is, this game apparently came out in June of this year, and it is basically like a 10 out of 10 rating on Steam.
hmm.
Overwhelmingly positive reviews, and like I'm not talking about like one or two reviews, 52,000 reviews.
Jesus.
So Metacritic is a 90.
Hmm.
Must play, IGN Editor's Choice. Polygon recommends, mixed official selection. Good lord, this thing's won awards all day long.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
maybe it's
man.
something to look into. It looked like at one point they were pouring sake for you have to tilt the controller to pour sake or something. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I just know that the dude almost got a narwhal to get his fucking horn up his ass. So
This seems like the kind of game, the reason why it's so popular is that there is a ton of crap going on. Like, if you just watch the little trailer for this thing,
yeah,
it is insane. There's so
yeah,
much stuff that it's all over the place. That's probably
yeah.
why it's so popular.
Well, that's what I was doing. I was watching the video and I was
Yeah, it is.
commentating it.
Yeah, the shark spitting tornadoes.
Yeah,
What in the world?
yeah.
And he's just on an airplane drinking root beer. I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that game, but apparently it's something I might need to try the demo.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested now in Dave the Diver.
Yeah. Dave the
Ooh,
Diver is all right with me.
yeah, I'm first. I was making fun of it just by the name, but nope.
Yeah,
That's why you should always do your research, kids.
that's right. That's right.
Um,
So let's see. Let's go on to. I'm gonna just start from the top and knock out the rest of the ones that I'm interested in.
all right.
We'll still go back and forth, but I'm just gonna start at the top instead of trying to pick out ones that I.
Yeah, go for it because we're
So
kind of combing through some of the good stuff anyway.
yeah.
So
Princess Peach Showtime looks interesting. I don't know that it's something I'll get, but it does look. It looks interesting.
yeah, I have nothing on that game.
Yeah.
Nothing against it. I just don't know anything about it. So
So it seems like Princess Peach goes to a playhouse, like where they put on plays and stuff,
mhm.
and this group of bad guys that look like grapes called the Sour Bunch come in, and they basically try to take over the playhouse. And so Princess Peach dresses up as a character from each play, and then fights her way through the story of the play. Is kind of like what it looks like.
Hmm.
And then so she gains different powers. So like there's a pirate one, there's a ninja one, there's a detective one. Trying to think there's one where you are a baker, and so like you have to play like a cake making mini game, stuff like that. So it looks interesting enough. It just I don't necessarily know that it's up my alley,
Right.
but I'm not gonna shoot it down without giving it a shot. You know, if the demo comes out, I'll try a demo, see how I like it. I'll kind of, but this is one I'll play by ear on whether I end up picking it up or not.
Right. Right. No, I agree on that. I don't really know. I don't have anything on that one. It does sound kind of cool though.
Yeah. I mean,
So
look, you know what? It's breaking the mold of like what kind of stuff hasn't Nintendo really done or,
yeah,
not staying in their lane. It's like, all right, well, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's
yeah,
change things around and make a different type of game.
yeah,
And it's a
yeah.
good idea to do it with a known IP that you know, Princess Peach. People, especially after the Super Mario Brothers movie, people are going to be looking for Peach games.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Um, let's see. I do see. Let's see. No, I don't want to do that one. No, a couple of these are just like the extra looks. I don't want to necessarily dive into those right away. Oh, they did announce the characters for the Wave 6 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is crazy considering how long this game has been out. But we still have 4 more racers coming in the form of Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, Pauline, and Peachette. And then they announced the tracks, or one track as well, Daisy Circuit. So
And this is the last round of DLC, right?
I believe so, because they said it was going to be 2 years worth of it, and I believe this is the last wave. I would assume. Um, I don't think there's any more,
I
right?
wonder if they'll release like an edition that has all the tracks and all the characters on the cartridge.
I don't know. It's a good question. Yeah, this is it. 6 waves. So, yeah, I
Well,
was
now,
kind of shocked that they announced as many new characters, to be honest with you.
yeah. Oh, me too. And especially getting Diddy Kong in there is a big win for Nintendo.
Yeah,
But that
because I
just
know.
goes back to their working relationship with Rare and with Microsoft. So
Yeah, true. Yeah, good point. Yeah, and I know that's obviously, I think we've talked a bit about it before, but Diddy Kong is also well known for his own racing games. So,
yeah,
I
which
mean,
I would love. Look, give me Diddy Kong Racing 2. I'm on board with that. That game was fun.
yeah, I love the original, man.
Yeah,
That was good. It was a good one.
yeah.
Um, let's see here. Just trying to think if there's anything else about that Wave 6 though, but other
No, it was
than,
very bare bones information.
yeah, just the holiday release. Does say this though. It says important to note that Diddy Kong. This is from the IGN article about this specific Wave 6 booster. Is Diddy Kong is from Mario Kart Double Dash, Funky from Mario Kart Wii, and Pauline and Peachette are from Mario Kart Tour. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
All right, so let's go. Not that I've played the first game in this series, and not that I really intend to play this one, but Detective Pikachu Returns is coming out. So capitalizing, a couple years after on the movie of Detective Pikachu. And it doesn't seem like this actually, knowing what I know, and I don't want to give any, well, fuck it, there's spoilers because it's been out for years now. But so in the movie, the Pikachu that's in the movie that's Ryan Reynolds was the kid's dad. And in Detective Pikachu 2, you're still looking for the kid's dad with the help of said Pikachu.
Mm.
So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what the difference is, but so who knows?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. They kind of capitalize on it. Maybe a tad late. I don't know. I enjoyed the movie, so
Yeah, movie was good.
yeah.
I mean, the game is not necessarily my cup of tea, but again, it's not all about you and me.
No, no.
We're
It's
all
a it's a buffet. It's a buffet, man.
right,
Got to have something for everybody, right?
right.
And they did make some announcements regarding some amiibo. I don't know. Do you have anything on these next wave of amiibos dropping or anything that interests you that you've seen necessarily?
Apparently, people are calling the Ganondorf that's dropping Hot Ganon.
Oh boy,
Yeah, so
yeah.
the internet is thirsty for Papa Ganon. Apparently,
Man, that's a character I use most of the time when I play Smash too. So,
well, there's a lot of people out on the internet that would like to smash him.
oh boy.
So, you're in good company, Tom.
You know.
DeviantArt would like a word. And then
Man.
let's see. So, Super Mario RPG, the remake, that's been announced for a while now. That looks good. Again, remake of the SNES game, so should be good. It'll be interesting to see if they include the. So one of the funny things was in that game when you went into Peach's bedroom, you could search her bedside drawer,
Mhm.
and it said you found question mark question mark question mark. Ooh, she won't be happy you found this or something like that. Or I wonder what this is for. I don't remember exactly the wording, but there was like basically a sex toy joke. So I don't think that'll make it in, but it'll be funny if it does.
Yeah, probably not, but
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of these other things, and I don't know, I'll let you kind of finish off the Nintendo Direct stuff, but anything I see on there is more or less just a new trailer or something that I don't know much about or care much about. So
Right.
I don't
Like
know.
I was excited when I heard WarioWare, and then I saw that it's a motion control game, and I've got no interest whatsoever. Let's just run down the list here. I don't care about the Splatoon 3 expansion. Peyton just got Splatoon 3 and he's loving it. So that'll be cool for him. Another Code, I don't give a shit. Prince of Persia, I don't give a shit. Unicorn Overlord, I wanted to like because of who's making it, but I don't care. Saga Emerald Beyond, don't care. The fungal map for Among Us looked interesting. Um, Super Crazy Rhythm Castle, I thought I was gonna like, but I don't. War Tales looks okay, and a Yuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is actually piquing my interest. I'm hoping there's a demo for that because I'd like to play that and decide if I want to play the game. Horizon Chase 2 looks okay. It looks similar to um the fuck is that racing game? The arcade racing game. Um
Cruising?
yeah. Yeah.
Is that what
So
this is that what that's supposed to be like?
I thought it was some kind of weird like cruising game. It looks like just a cruising clone, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the listing there, and I always like racing games. It kind of piqued my interest
Yeah.
to a point anyway. And I saw that and was like, this looks like some game someone would have on their phone.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not up to snuff for what the system is. I kinda I'm interested in it if it's like 10 or 15 bucks, if it's some kind of budget title, I'm kinda interested in it, maybe. But I'll just go get Cruise and Blast because Cruise and Blast last time I saw it at Game Craze was like $15 used.
Yeah, in
So
fact, I say that, and if you type in Horizon Chase 2
mhm.
in Google, like one of the first things you come up with is the Apple App Store link and rating.
There you
So,
go. Well, that explains a lot then. So that game is not really on my I guess it's not on my radar because I don't really give a shit to play a phone game on my Switch. Um,
yeah, I don't know. It says it's an homage to 16-bit racers.
it doesn't look like an homage to 16-bit racers. It looks like an
No,
homage to cruising,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no.
and that was 64-bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. The thing doesn't even look like a 16-bit game, so I don't know.
No,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
pixel art. It's not. Yeah, so let's remove that one from the list.
Yeah.
Strike it from the record. Um, but there's something else I want to talk about, video game related, and it's so Sony has. Granted, they didn't go about it the best way when the companies started coming out. I think it was like Dark Plates or whatever came out and was releasing unlicensed system plates for your PlayStation 5, and they sued them and made them shut down, whatever. And then they came back with a different name and a different design and stuff. And so they're doing well now.
Hmm.
But s- that's one of the cool things. It's one of the things I really like about the PlayStation 5. Like, I love the design. I know it's a very, hit or miss with people whether or not they like the design. I really truly like the design of the system. I think it's cool. I think it's different than a lot of the stuff we've seen. That said, I really enjoy the design of the Xbox Series X. I think and I think you can like one and still like the other because it's two very different things, two very different design choices, and I think they're both incredibly cool for what they are.
Hmm.
You know, um, that said, so Sony allows the ability to customize, and they sell their own plates. Other companies sell plates for them. Much better, in my opinion, than buying some giant sticker and
Right.
putting that on your system, right? Now, Xbox, for the most part, it's not very customizable. It's just not. There are some special edition systems that have come out, and they've looked pretty cool. The only one I can really think of off the top of my head is the Halo one that came out. So fucking cool. Had little lights on it, like that looked like stars and shit. Oh my god. Fucking awesome. And Xbox has really done some cool things with special edition systems, limited edition systems. They've had the going back to the original Xbox, there was the translucent green Halo edition.
Hmm.
With the 360, you had the Gears of War one, and you had the R2D2 one, where the R2 both of them, not only did the system look different, but they came with stylized controllers that had special, special designs on them. And when you hit the buttons on the system, they made different noises. So it wasn't like, the normal beep of opening the drawer, or, opening this drawer or turning the system on or off. With the R2D2 one, it was sounds that R2D2 made in the movies.
Right. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and like the lights were all different colors and stuff. With the Gears of War one, it was chainsaw sounds when you when you opened stuff. And there was some other sounds too that it did. So they've had a history of making these really cool alternate systems, right?
Hmm.
PlayStation has had some really cool alternate systems, and when I say that, I think mostly of PlayStation 4, when there was the Darth Vader system, and there was the Batman, the Arkham Knight
Yeah,
one.
I've seen some go through the things, and it's hard to tell sometimes if they were like customizable or customized that someone did it themselves, or if they were released. And I think a couple of them I've come across were released. I got the camo one.
Yeah, there's a green camo one. There's a Spider-Man one that was super cool. It was red and it had a big giant white spider on it. Super cool. So Sony's been picking up their game. They really knocked it out of the park with the PlayStation 5, because now you don't have to buy a new system whenever some new limited thing, you buy the plates. So all of this is to say this. Like, they just released the Spider-Man 2 one,
Hmm.
which it has the actual web design, and then it has the Venom symbiote coming up, and kind of like it's a mix, and it's really cool. Well, Xbox doesn't really have anything like that. And they don't really have a way to change the color or the design of the system outside of the big giant stickers that you would have to put on it. And
Right.
everybody fucks those stickers up. There's bubbles in them. They ruin the finish of the system. So Microsoft came up with their own idea. And it's essentially a wrap that doesn't actually stick to the system. It's kind of it almost looks like a koozie.
So it's like a neoprene book cover.
Well, it's not even neoprene though. I don't really know what it's made out of, but it kind of you put it around it, and then it has some kind of like I think maybe Velcro that latches it like a trapper keeper almost. And so this is an officially licensed thing. The first one came out for Starfield.
Okay, okay, I'm looking at this now. Xbox Series X console wraps. Is that it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, yeah. So I see mineral. Yeah, okay. So I see camo, Arctic camo, mineral camel, and then Starfield. Okay.
And man, I can't help but think that this isn't going to end well for these systems. Now, it's obviously not blocking any of the um like the ventilation or anything like that. It's
Right.
not they're not going to give you something that's going to destroy the system. But I just oh,
Trying to
it's it just
figure
seems
this
so
out.
tacky.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. It's like a what is this made out of? That is weird.
Yeah, and it's like it looks like it's got like some kind of special soft touch material on the inside so it doesn't scratch up your system, which is great, because that's honestly like a worry that I have, is that it would somehow scratch up the system. And it looks like it's magnets on the back. Yeah, it's a magnet that wraps around on, and it doesn't cover up the entire back, because the back is where all of the stuff plugs in, obviously, and there's a fan back there. Um, so
It's
Velcro enclosure.
Velcro enclosure. Yep. I
There
was
it is.
about to say that. I just saw that. And it
So
says some kind of engineered fabric.
Yeah. Just,
Okay, so this is my thought on this. Basically, it's the best way I can this to say this is that what Sony has figured out is it's easy to do hard shell plates, much like it's a lot easier to have in a sense a hard shell cell phone cover, and it's durable, for the most part, or at least hard shell, or at least rubberized, or in that form or fashion. They do have cloth ones, cell phone covers that they might be reasonable as far as durability, whatever, to protect for phone protection, but they get really, really dirty. There's
yeah.
a reason why you don't use fabric for these sorts of things. Now, I'm not saying that this thing for Microsoft is going to end up being as dirty. Obviously, you're not carting this thing around like a phone,
Right.
but I mean, it's still fabric. I would think it would tend to get a little dingier than something that's hard plastic that can be wiped off with a
Right.
cloth. And
I
it's roughly the same price too, which that's even worse.
right. And that's the thing. I just don't like. I understand. Look, I love customizing stuff. I typically don't do it because I tend like I love the idea of customizing stuff.
Mhm.
I like my stuff stock, unless as far as video game consoles. We've all seen the Super Nintendo Chalmers paint job on that Super Nintendo, and I would love to have that. But guess what? I'm not able to do that, so I don't fuck with it. With the PlayStation, if I were to get those the Spider-Man plates, fuck yeah, I'd put those on. They're cool as hell. Or if I had pre-ordered the purple ones and I canceled it for some reason, I don't remember why. And then I canceled it because my debit card had gotten compromised and I
Mhm.
had a new debit card and they were supposed to charge to the old one. And
Mm.
there was no way to change the payment method. So I went to try and do that and it wouldn't let me. And then so I canceled the order so I could reorder it. And then it was like, "Oh yeah, sorry. You already ordered from your account," because it was when they were first coming out.
Oh yeah, you
It
can
was
only
like,
buy
"You
like
already
one.
ordered the maximum amount for your household. You can't
Mm.
order another one." And I'm like, "God damn it." So I never ended up getting the purple one, but I would totally get the purple one
Yeah, they still
because it
have and they still have limited choices, but like you said, Spider-Man, then there's a variety of colors,
yeah,
and it looks like they have a camo one too.
yeah.
And
And they're actually did you see the new ones they're coming out with?
no, other than the Spider-Man one, no.
So let me find I think they're called Rare Earth or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen. Okay, I didn't see the. We're okay. I didn't realize they were covers as well. I saw the controllers, like the red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sharp looking.
So I don't know, and again, I don't know what the situation is like if you can only get them um if you buy a whole new system or if you can get them without, if you can just buy those.
Yeah, it looks like new back plates and controllers. So
Okay.
volcanic red, cobalt blue, and sterling silver. I was wrong. That looked white to me in the picture, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. I do like those. They're cool looking. The funny thing is though, I already have like a red and I don't have like that color blue controller. I've got like the sky blue one.
Hmm.
The red though looks more like Philly's red to me.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
because
know.
the red is more like a pinkish, like almost maroon,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yep.
is cool, but it's just not quite red. That is absolutely Philly's red.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So I like that one. I like the blue one, but I personally I don't know why, man, but I really dig the purple and the Spider Man. And I know that I'm fairly certain the Spider Man stuff is all sold out, but
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Thought though. The way that they've got some of these more of these coming out. It's like as more of these get into people's hands and more households. Curiosity, you think they ever partner with more than just Marvel to drop some more of these ones that people would buy? Like, I look, how many people play Madden, right? And
right,
drop an NFL exclusive. Doesn't have to be every team, Obviously, I think that would be the cool thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna get my Eagles one or whatever, but like maybe just a football related one, or like stuff like that.
So now here's why that can't happen. Microsoft has an exclusive contract with the NFL. Think about
Really?
what tablets they use every
Oh, that's right. The
Sunday.
surfaces. That's right. That's right.
So if you go to the Microsoft Design Lab, if you go there and look, it used to be that they had NFL logos and stuff that you could design your controller with. I don't know if it's still that way.
Right.
I'm gonna try and go there now and see what it does. But yeah, you used to be able to design your controller with NFL logos and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I could be way off now. They may have completely changed it, but that used to be how it went.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
let's see. So yeah, so I don't think they have it anymore because they're used to, like I said, right now they have patterns. You can do like I don't know what the fuck maybe that might be a pride one, and then they have all different kinds of camo. Like they have an orange, black, and slightly less orange
Right. So they
camo.
basically don't have the. I see like a Diablo one.
Right. I just don't think they have the. Let me see. Can you still get Xbox NFL control?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see. I'm looking at some of the other ones now. They're basically just like inspired by other games,
Yeah.
like Mortal
So
Kombat and yeah.
yeah, you can't get the old. You used to be able to though. You used to be able to go onto that website and you could actually it was $95 and then you could get you could pay $6 extra to get a rubberized grip on the back.
Hmm.
So like this one, Jesus Christ. So this one that they show as an example, it's a Patriots one and it has a special engraving on it. It says free Brady. Yes, 'cause he was suspended at the time. But it was cool. Like I had mocked up an Eagles one and then I ended up not getting it, but because I couldn't justify $95 for a fucking Xbox One controller,
What
you
about
know,
Dallas controller?
for me to shit on.